Welcome to another Top 5 here at MacGuffinPodcast.com. I'm Brandi.
And I'm Allen.
And today we're going to be talking about a subject that I think was really hard for both of us to narrow down, even what exactly criteria we were using to choose this. And that is top 5 underrated actors or actresses.
Yeah, for me, this was probably one of the hardest ones that I've done for top 5 because, I mean, what do you define as underrated?
Exactly.
Is it like someone that is not famous enough, or is it someone that everyone thinks is a bad actor, but you think they're a good actor, you know? So, I mean, this is a tough list.
Yeah.
I mean, do you include character actors? It's like...
There's just tons of people out there who are very talented, and there are not really enough good roles to go around, I feel like, was my conclusion after making this list. But, alright, why don't we start with your number 5?
Okay, my number 5 would probably fall under the category of people thinking he's a bad actor, but I think he's actually better than what they think. Now, Sylvester Stallone has gotten a lot of flack as being just this macho head action kind of a guy.
This pick makes me so happy.
Oh, yes. That's awesome. That's great. But I think when Sylvester Stallone really like tries to put an actual good performance, he accomplishes it well. I mean, Rocky is a great performance. I believe Roger Ebert actually like compared him to like a young Brando.
It is a really good performance.
You continue on to like in 1982 with First Blood. You know, when you think of Rambo, you kind of think of like the overtop action kind of, you know, films, but you know, First Blood was a film about a guy who, you know, was affected by Vietnam, right? And you can see that in Sylvester Stallone's performance. And then, of course, in 97, you have Copland, where he played, yet again, another underdog. And this time, actually, you know, changing his physical appearance to fit the role. I think, you know, Sylvester Stallone is a guy who needs to, you know, try different things, you know?
I think when it's the right kind of role and he has the right kind of passion, then you're right. Some good things can happen. Yeah. All right, so my number 5, I apologize because I realized right before we started filming that I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But Bobby Cannavale, who was recently had a supporting role in Win-Win, which I thought was a very great movie.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, he was absolutely wonderful in another Thomas McCarthy movie, The Station Agent, in 2003. And before that, he had like really some solid TV roles. I know he was on Third Watch, which is Spencer's favorite show of all time. All right, one of them. And I remember first seeing him playing Will's boyfriend on Will and Grace for a while. Very funny. Yeah. I just think he is so talented and so charming that he should be like A-list on like competing for roles with the best of the Hollywood guys.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he to me is one of those guys that are like, you don't quite know who he is, but you kind of see him like everywhere almost.
He's been
like,
in a lot of stuff.
He's that guy, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely gonna, I don't look out for him as much as you do, but I'll definitely keep my eyes out for him, so.
He's always solid and always, like, it's always a treat to see him in something. I'm gonna get excited that he's in it.
Okay. For my number 4 pick, is an actor who people know, but he's kind of fell off on the wayside. The actor is Djimon Hounsou.
Okay.
This guy, he really needs to have more roles, more lead roles too. The guy just exudes a commanding like aura about him on film. You know, you go to like 97 with Amistad, where he played the slave. Great performance. You go to 2003 with In America, where he played an artist dying of AIDS, which he was, I believe, was nominated for an Oscar for. And then, you know, move on to 2006 with Blood Diamond, where he played a character, you know, trying to reconnect with his family. This guy just brings, you know, so much like attention to himself. He's such like a, like I said before, commanding. He like exudes like, you know, intensity almost, you know.
Yeah.
And I just want to see more work from this guy. So
I think he is one of those ones where it's like he is such a presence and so intense and great that it's hard to match him to a role that's gonna where he's not gonna seem like he's too much in that.
Right.
But yeah, that's a good one. All right, my number 4. This is a young actress who I think she's been in several very high-profile films and sort of grown up beyond in front of us into an extremely good young actress, and that is Emma Watson.
Okay.
Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter series.
Okay.
And I just think she is stunningly good in the newest film. And I think she's just not getting enough credit for what she's having to do. Which is why I have her on this list. Like, that is such a hard role to play. Hermione has to be so uptight and just... she is a person who you think it would be hard to be friends with in real life, and yet like I love her. She's like my favorite character in the books. And I think Emma Watson has just done such a great job. She's obviously the best of the young three, who I think are all good, and I think that the males get more sort of credit because their roles are a little bit flashier than hers, but right. I really hope that she continues acting.
Well, we'll definitely see what happens to all of them. I mean, they're so like linked to those those characters. It'll be interesting to see now, after the series is done. Okay, moving on to my number 3. My number 3 actor, I don't even know if he's considered underrated anymore. I don't know if he is a household name yet, but I think he is probably a hit movie away, or maybe a year away from blowing up in the spotlight. He's going to be in X-Men First Class as Magneto, and it is Michael Fassbender.
I think you're right. He's about to absolutely blow up.
He is like right on the edge,
pretty much already,
so I pretty much put him on here so that I can say that I called him out before everyone else, But this dude, just about in everything he does, he puts on, a great performance. Specifically in 2008, he did a film called Hunger. I believe it was directed by Steve McQueen, where he played a political prisoner who rebelled against the system by starvation, and that performance is so intense. It's just really, really great. And then, of course, you move on. He also did in 2009 Fish Tank, which is a film that you liked. And then, of course, Inglourious Bastards in the same year. And then in 2011 you have Jane Eyre, which is a film that I did not particularly like, but I thought his performance was really good in it. Just one of those great sharp jawed,
he's about to be very, very famous.
So yeah, look out for him. So
all right, my number 3 is an actress who starred in one of the biggest TV shows of the last decade, and I think got a lot of flack for being like one of the weaker performers on the show, which I thought was very unfair, and that was Evangeline Lilly as Kate Austen on Lost.
Okay.
I don't know why people loved to hate on her, because I thought she did such a good job all the time. Again, playing a character who sometimes could be sort of irritating.
Yeah.
Which for some reason, like, if I feel like if an actress is doing a very good job at playing a character who might sometimes be grating, that this becomes the actress's fault sometimes instead of like the way that the character was written. She's much more likely to get flack and criticism, like, because she's not likable enough or something. It's like, Kate wasn't always supposed to be likable. She was stubborn, and
right.
I don't know. I really hope that she has a film career. And she's going to be in a movie with Hugh Jackman in October called Real Seal, that is apparently some kind of sci-fi boxing adventure, which, like, all of those ingredients sound great to me. So we'll see. We'll see
what happens. We'll see what happens with her. Okay, moving on to my number 2. My number 2 pick, I think he's been kind of brought down because of his persona more than his actual performances. The actor is Colin Farrell.
Oh,
I think Colin Farrell has kind of got this image of being like this bad boy rebel, and like all the stuff he does off screen and everything like that.
Now he's like a family man.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, you look through his filmography, and this is a guy who does really good, really different kind of performances. I mean, you start off in 2000 with Tigerland, right, which I thought was one of his better performances. 2000,
yeah, he was definitely supposed to be the next big thing after Tigerland.
Yeah, 2002, I think he went toe to toe with Tom Cruise in Minority Report. And then same year, Phone Booth, which is kind of
movie, but it's not really his
good
fault.
performance. And then moving on, you have The New World, which I think was a very good performance by Colin Farrell. And then In Bruges, which is probably his best.
And and a very difficult tone to hit. That was like when
the
I was
drama
kind of
and the comedy and everything.
Really
yeah. So I mean, he's a guy who I feel needs a little more respect in terms of being an actor.
Yeah.
So.
All right, my number 2 pick is another one of these actors you kind of see around on stuff lately. He was on the first 2 seasons of Parks and Recreation and is unfortunately not on the show anymore. I think just because of the natural growth of that show, which is a whole nother very interesting topic. That is Paul Schneider, who I think I first became aware of him in The Family Stone, which I think is kind of an underrated movie from 2005. And the reason why I love him so much is because of his supporting role in Bright Star, which is a movie I've championed on this podcast before, and I think still none of y'all have watched it. From 2009. He is just amazing, playing John Keats's best friend, who is very has sort of a feud going with Keats's the woman that he loves, and I never would have thought, from what I had seen him in before, just sort of like affable comedy guy, that he had that kind of crazy drama passion in him. It's phenomenal performance, and he needs to be famous now.
Excellent. Okay, for my number 1 pick, this is a guy who was so good with his role that I'm actually afraid that he will probably never separate from it. He played a character that you have coined the greatest character of all time, whether it be film, TV, or literature. The character is Omar from The Wire. The actor is Michael K. Williams. Man, he was so good as Omar that I don't know if he'll ever be able to, move past that.
I haven't watched Boardwalk Empire yet. Have you?
I haven't seen Boardwalk Empire yet. I know he was in Gone Baby Gone.
Thumbs up.
He was in Miracle at St. Anna. He was in Wonderful World. I know he played a small part in The Road as well. I mean, this is a dude who definitely needs to be put on the spotlight. I
think he'll get there.
I hope so, because I mean, he was so good.
I think he's very, very well regarded among the audiences and granted, like smaller audiences for cable, for pay cable.
Right.
But there's no way that he's not gonna be getting bigger roles that are gonna be in bigger movies.
Almost coming, yo.
Yeah, I think he knows the right people now. So, all right, my number 1. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna say I really like this actress. People hate her, and I do not understand why, and that is Kirsten Dunst. I think she has done a solid job in everything she's ever been in, including, yes, the Spider-Man movies.
Really? You liked how she was all just screaming and like, oh my god, I'm a damsel in distress. I
think she did a solid job with what she was given. She was always a very good child actress, and then kind of blew up in 1999. She had The Virgin Suicides, which I think she's great in, and then 2 good comedies, Drop Dead Gorgeous and Dick, where she's very funny in both of those. And Bring It On is a great movie. And then Marie Antoinette. I've been on a Marie Antoinette kick lately. I've decided that I need to make people love this movie.
You're on a mission. You're on a personal mission.
I'm on a mission. 5 years later, all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, why didn't people like that? And I think she's great.
I mean, okay, I'll give you The Virgin Suicides. I thought she was good in that. I thought she had a good supporting role in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Bring It On? Yeah, it's kind of like a so-so generic, okay, it's kind of an entertaining role, kind of an entertaining movie. I think she needs... I think I need to see more from her, more diversity. So, yeah.
And I'm saying I think that's the majority opinion. People don't think that much of her, but I think she's great.
All right. Okay, cool. So that does it for our top 5 underrated actors and actresses. I mean, again, there's a ton of them out there. So, I mean, this list can change tomorrow. If you guys have any out there that you want to share with us, please let us know at MacGuffinPodcast.com. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.